my twin? Didn't really go, where's my twin flame, but because I had never heard of the concept previous to that. But I have actually met and actually helped facilitated from spirit on the other side, where they have learned, hey, this person's my twin flame and I'm bringing them to you so you can help me communicate to them. So yeah, absolutely. It doesn't ever end, that divine love is always there, even if you don't learn about it till you get over there on the other side. It's a big deal. And that's why a lot of twin flames who are on the other side, they become part of your spiritual team. They become either guides or spiritual mentors of some kind. Sometimes I've heard of people who have, angelic guidance, in the realm, who are, they have a twin flame in the angelic realm somewhere, which was amazing to me. When I heard about that, I was like, a whole nother book. And thank you, Bernard. I appreciate your message. And so it never stops. It's because it's important to the soul evolution, because you're both working on that soul evolution to evolve and advance forward and be able to spread that, that things, the lessons and the advice and the struggles and everything that you go through, you share that so that other people can learn about it and hopefully can be helped by it. And that is the goal. And it's just never going to end. I know. Wow. I've said that 1,000 times, but it doesn't end ever.
Leslie, can I ask something? I'm sorry, Pamela.
I just wanted to check. Sherry, how's that?
Yeah, thank you.
That a little more helpful? Yeah.
To you, I'm sorry.
I'll read your book. No, I'm going to read your book.
And for people here, we want to okay, your book is available for pre-order because it's coming out in October. Where is it available again?
You can get it from my publisher, Llewellyn, directly. You can also get it on Amazon, and you can get it on Walmart.com. All the links are on my website, which is lesliesampson.com.
Good. Okay, Terry, go right ahead, hon.
Okay, Leslie, do you sense anything for Sherry? Because I think myself and some other family members feel like Sherry's husband who passed was truly, and that you talking today, that he was her flame. Everything that you've said described their relationship. Are you feeling anything for Sherry? And
my feeling, let me see, let me try to tap into, bring my team in a little bit and see what I can get. I feel like that. Okay. I feel like when I try to tap into that energy and from my team, I feel like there's a double heart connection here. So there's definitely, I feel like that's probably because he's on the other side for one of the connections, but short answer, I would say yes. I'm hesitant because I don't like to tell people, yes, that's your twin flame. But I would be inclined to believe that they would be, just from what I'm experiencing in my own heart chakra. So I would be inclined to say that.
Well, Pamela called it
I sense that
ago.
I sense that too. I sense because the intensity of Sherry's emotion from
but he feels, I mean, I believe I'm tapping into his energy. Like I'm trying not to, because I know it's not the forum for messages, but I feel like this is a pretty, I mean, he was a pretty loving guy anyway. He feels like an intense, like when he hugged you. Like, does that make sense? I mean, I feel like he has such an intense emotion behind him. So it would make sense to me that I would be able to build that connection between the two of you. for the twin flame relationship, because just the way I'm feeling it, his personality, on one hand, I want to, he wants to kind of make me laugh a little bit, kind of crack me up a little bit. But on the other hand, he's just, I feel that bear hug so strongly. And, I'm sorry. I don't want to dive in too deep with that, but if that makes sense, take it. But I just feel like, yeah, I could feel that. I could feel that. So I would have no problem saying that, yes, I could feel that twin flame relationship there.
Sherry, can you unmute yourself again, sweetheart? Just make a
Does that
response.
make
Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah,
Thank
does
you.
that make sense? Do you understand that the big bear hug's important? I just got to say that it's important. So
Thank
we were
you.
doing, if we were doing messages, I would.
Right. One of the clues to me was the intensity that she's been grieving him. Okay, that was the clue to me.
Excuse
And
me.
and Clarion, I feel that was the same thing with you, dear. The deep intensity after you had lost Graham, and that makes total sense. Yeah.
Also, I've read that, isn't this true, Leslie, that the twin flame relationship often involves some kind of sacrifice?
That is
Ooh.
true. On some level, it's not always one is on one side and one is on the other. Most of the time, that is correct, but not always. So this, I have experienced that. I can say, just to kind of piggyback on what Pamela was saying, I have in my experience noticed that twin flames who are separated, via a plane, if that twin passes away, if you're both on Earth and one of you pass away, yes, your soul is going to grieve a very deep grieving, because it feels the loss of the physical presence on one half, and then on the other half, it's going to be feeling much closer to the other half, to its equal.
That's right.
If you know your twin flame on Earth, for example, your beautiful son or your lovely husband, it's almost as though your grief is amplified. It's almost as though you feel it on such on a completely different level than you would have, say, if it was another loved one who had passed away.
And that's why people don't understand, I think, too, right, with grieving, that it's different for everybody because it depends upon your soul connection.
Absolutely. Yes, that is absolutely correct. And a lot of people, that's part of what they don't understand, is when their twin, like when my twin, I'm going to say, when Chico passed from this life, I had never met him previously. We did not know each other. We had been in the same circles, but I did not know him on a personal level at all. Yet, when I learned of his passing, I lost it. All I did was cry. I became depressed. I didn't want to go out of my house, and nothing. And I didn't even know this person when he was here on Earth. But my soul knew him. So even though it didn't make any sense to my conscious brain at all, my soul was like, oh, it was happy on one side because it could be closer to him on the soul level, but then it was also grieving that physical presence. So it became this kind of juggernaut that I didn't understand until all of this started happening with the twin flame relationship, and I began to understand a lot better. So your soul will grieve that, and you're absolutely correct. It feels like a sacrifice because he's your son, if it's a son, a husband, a wife, that just amplifies it. It just makes it, I'm going to say, a completely different level. Completely different level.
Yeah, it's true anguish of the soul.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Leslie, that was a great topic to bring in. Thank you. And I'm glad I did mention it because, you know, in doing readings with people, I tend to notice, you know, if there's an intensity, an extra intensity with a loss, that it's at least a soul level. It may not be as far as a soul twin flame, but it's because, you know, some people we grieve who we just miss. And they're at a very, they've been important in our life, but not soul level. We've known them before. We've been with them before. We have a stronger connection with them before. So anyway, awesome. And Leslie,
Mhm.
I want to say a great big thank you to you. And you know what I also want to do? I want to thank Spirit for bringing the information that you had this book in process. I had no clue it appeared, and it was obviously was meant to be. And you've just in talking here tonight, yeah, we've gone a little bit over. Hopefully people are okay. But the point being is people are understanding a little bit more about something extremely important. Extremely important.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. That was my intention, that we bring as much love and information and energy and light as we can to help folks be empowered and understand that, you know, what they're experiencing is valid and true, and that they do have the power to actually draw the other half of themselves closer, because you're never disconnected. Doesn't matter where they are. And it's just so important to me to bring that forward. And I really appreciate you. It was beautiful seeing you.
Awesome here too, sweetheart. And I do want to just say for everyone that the couple people that did leave had a need to, and I think we got a couple messages from a couple. Lori had to leave and Barney had to leave, but they got what they were supposed to get, exactly what it was. So, and okay, reminder again is actually the easiest thing for people to know is lesliesampson.com. If they and you are on Facebook too. Are you on most social media or what?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links are on my website directly, and I would love to hear from all of you. Anytime you have any questions, please do let me know. I would love to help you if I can in any way.
Yep, and I just want to mention, and for people, just find your twin flame, understand and connect to your soul's other half.
Yes.
Okay, that can be pre-ordered. If you're feeling like you want to know more about it, she's got information in there. And just like she said, if something doesn't resonate with you, skip to another chapter. And you know, that's something I've learned, and I'll often give in readings to people. You know, when you're reading a spiritual book, sometimes certain things don't resonate with you. Skip it, move on, put the book aside. And then months later, you pick it up and it's like, oh, I want to hear this. I want to read this. Okay, that's the way it goes. We don't read a book from front cover to the back. So anyway, so Leslie, big hugs to you. You take care. And yep, and we'll keep in touch somehow. I'm feeling like this isn't the only book you're doing about twin flames, and you don't realize yet.
No, my publisher asked me to write another book about the Akashic Records, so that's what I'm working on now. But yeah, this is not going to be my only twin flame book. I already know that.
Good.
So yeah, it's going to be great.
Good, and I'm glad to hear that, because you've got some good support from the other side that are really, really strong, helping you with all of this. Chico is one, of course, and many others, and I know, yeah, and I know from experiencing your gifts of mediumship that you know, you're right on, and that's the path that you really need to follow too, besides the writing. So anyway, so big hugs to you, dear Leslie. Big hugs to everybody else. I will be around. New beginnings, just watch for them, whatever they may be here. And I want to thank you all for coming and supporting tonight. And God bless everyone. Remember that the people are still having a tough time right now, okay? And to send out some good thoughts to people when you see them. And don't take on that mass consciousness. We're all sensitive. We can do that. And it's not going to serve you at all. But be there for people and just, send them some good thoughts, send them some prayer, whatever you can do to help them, okay? Take care, everybody. Love you all. God bless. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.